Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to BioShock Remastered. Let's continue. So, our abilities are going crazy. And until we fix that, I'm not really happy with the idea of moving forward into extra areas. For instance, this here. Like, wherever that camera is. Ooh, there's a turtle swimming. See, that would be cool if you could actually take a picture of wildlife. So I believe this may be the last thing I need to research. Score too low, it says. I'm just gonna auto hack this, and I'm gonna auto hack this, and I'm gonna use this, and the reason why is actually quite simple. I just want, I have so many auto hack tools sitting around. I need to use them all. I guess I'm using this gun. Strange bullet holes on the pictures. And see, now that my plasmids have changed and I can't actually be certain, I will make it to... Doesn't seem like I can get up here.
I'm with who was she? Your sister? Your cousin? I don't give a shit. Yeah! Report me, you fuck!
Missed.
Ah! That's all you got!
You have to get these hits right in the right place with these bolts. So if I see just money, I should search again and trade that, because I have plenty of money right now.
What is that a twin? I wore it for you.
Welcome to the Circus of Value.
There we go.
Feel your cravings at the Circus of Value.
Come on. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just auto hack and not auto hack this one, since that one was a relatively easy puzzle. Go off.
I'm not a bad person. You're bad. I didn't mean it.
Somebody shooting at me?
I'm finished the way of your life. I was just getting warmed up.
hoping these security bots can find anybody else that might be in this area. And just clear out this whole section. There's an area to search. So these are basically slums. And there's only one door, so we'll start here. Look at this just kind of hovel. There we go. We'll hack that. Armor piercing round. Exploding butt. I have so many tonics now that give me extra things when I invent. It makes a lot of sense to try to invent as much as possible. So I'm searching through these people's few possessions. This little this halfway house. Shoebox. We don't see a lot of shoeboxes. We don't see a lot of gifts. Except for when we get gifts from the little sisters. We haven't seen any ghosts in a real long time, too.
Honey?
iWatch stations? Why did they actually bother to program those? That's not even something that's going to get used a lot in other games. Auxiliary mines, frag mines, gun turret, enzymes, nitro slicer with some money on them. Is there anything else here? Yeah, the whole ghost element has been just completely forgotten. Wasn't there a U-invent station somewhere back here? Electric drill. I'll take all of that. Now I think I am set really nicely if I need to take down another Big Daddy. There's room for rent. Free clinic. What's this guy? Somebody died trying to make it to the place. Come on, give me as much research as possible. Almost done with this stuff, so we never have to deal with it again. Ooh, this is not gonna work well. Well, the flow seems rather low. How did we get to that? there's a really, really slow flow going on there. Is that something that we like? And see how slow that thing was to even recognize I was sitting there? I think I've done so much research now that some bandages, trash can, oven. I'm still not certain what the things I'm supposed to pick up are.
Get over here!
That's surprising that a steel tip bullet would explode a barrel like that, but okay. Nothing back here. What's this? Medical Expert 3. Well, I will certainly use that. So now when I use a first aid kit, it does even more to refill health. This place is just locked. Interesting. That's an interesting little hue there too. I think that's a visual glitch. Can't search the desk. This is a drill from a Big Daddy.
Trial protector system, Plasmid lot 255. Dr. Suchong, client Ryan Industries. Very frustrating day. I can't seem to get the damn Big Daddies to imprint on the little brats. The protection bond is just not forming. Get away. Maybe if I modify the genetic sequence to... Shush! The sequence to allow for... Get away, you filthy little shit! What? What are you doing? Get back! Get back!
So that's what happened to Suchong. He hit one of the little sisters and the Big Daddy killed him. Finally we get this second chemical thing. And now we have our spells back.
Now you are having freedom. Suchong's drugs should have no hold on you. Take the bathysphere to Point Prometheus. It is time for this matter to be settled.
So maybe I'll start doing like Electrobolt and like an Electrobolt slash Crossbolt. I mean, there we go. That was a big change there. This, although I should have probably healed. Aim for the head and fire. I suppose maybe that's what the Electrobolt can now be, is it can just become this thing that helps you take a little extra time to target your next search. Now, I don't believe I can just jump up here. So if I'm going any further up,
leave me alone! I just want to stop.
where'd the body go? It's back here. Guess I didn't need any napalm. Now there's still reasons to run around here and search. I can get some things. Oh, totally missed it. Here we have an area being used as a room, a dark room. Is that from the news reporter who snuck in here? Let's see. Ah, here we go. Not a first aid kit. I almost wonder if maybe the game shouldn't have given you a potential tonic of just refilling your life slowly, like Halo or many other first-person shooter games where you just have to, you know, hide in the corner, wait for your life to refill. I believe by BioShock Infinite, that's exactly the case. There is this shield system, and it is a much more modern active shooter for it. In fact, it gets so much like a shooter, it stops being what the other two BioShocks are. I've at this level pretty much adjusted and forgotten about the mouse acceleration and the weird controlling. That it is a little weird, undoubtedly. I cannot get up there though. That's blacked off. I bet there's nothing up there. Anyways. So let's move downward. Every splicer, maybe still a splicer. Guess I could have jumped down. See, what would be really weird is if there was a splicer that was laying here pretending to be dead, and yet my security guard missed it. That'd be rather strange. I have maximum of everything else this thing is selling. We've already saved all the little sisters. Divided chambers, pneumatic tubes. You could double check some of the stuff now that we know our plasmids aren't going to go crazy. I think I've been there. There's a health station I hacked. There's a tornado trap I missed again. Come on, let's switch to something else. Like, these guys can shoot machine guns fine and do what feels like a good amount of damage to me, and yet it doesn't seem like it works for me. And I feel like I should have seen a power to the people station somewhere around here recently. If not now, then a very short time from now.
Just heard some terrible news.
So I still have one more auto hack sitting here.
I can control myself, right?
I believe Nitro Splice has already been researched all the way, so we're good there. And I don't need to make any more automatic hack attempts, but anti-personnel bullets like crazy. I'll make one of those too. So I can make all kinds of trap bullets. Really? Wow, I made so much extra stuff again. I gotta be real careful about this. Let's see. So we have 490 combat tonic slot. What item do I want? Wrench, lurker, frozen field, electric fast, damage research, increased damage bonus gained from research. I think that's probably the best thing that we could do. And then engineering tonic can be safe cracker, vending expert to reduce the prices some more. I don't even need that, do I? Hacking expert, shorten alarm, security expert. Like, I don't need to reduce difficulty, I guess, at all when hacking turrets, cameras, or bots, because I don't need any of that. 2 fewer overloads when hacking. Plasmid slot. I don't even have a plasmid to put in it. So now we have this interesting thing. Damage hacking expert 2. I suppose we want that. And incinerate 3, I guess. And we'll just try to upgrade the things we have. So, like insect swarm 3, incinerate 3, electrobolt 3. All of those, I think, take less damage from fire. No. So we need to now come over here and figure some stuff out. So we have Scrounger, which we want to keep, Evelink 2, Eve Saver, Medical Expert 3, Security Evasion 2, and Medical Expert. And I imagine we probably want to keep with Medical Expert. Like, can we do Medical Expert 2 and Medical Expert, and then just when I heal, I've got everything. Like, stack that up. 2, 3, and 1. Eve Saver, Evelink, and Scrounger. Would I want to get rid of something besides Medical Expert? First aid kits give you Eve, well, we already have that. Extra nutrition, sports boost. You move and wrench and swing the wrench faster. That would probably be better. Actually, sports boost too. Security cameras take longer to see you. Is that security evasion? See, I think we probably need security evasion too for now too. Now let's look here. Reduce the flow of speeding. Greatly reduce prices of vending machines. Greatly reduce the hacking difficulty when hacking these things. Inventing. And so, instead of hacking expert and security expert, what could we put here? No, I think that's good where it is. And now we have Armored Shell 2, Photographer's Eye, Wrench Jockey 2, Photographer's Eye, Armored Shell, and Damage Research. Would I want to get rid of something else? No, for now. But as soon as I finish researching the security cameras, I can come take both of these out and then replace that. And I don't even have a 5th plasma. It's very strange. Alright. So we want these anti-personnel bullets put to good use. I guess that's this way. How long have we been playing? We've been playing long enough to save. So, here we go. Like, if I get this last security camera ready and set, then I just gotta figure out where this camera actually is. There it is. Come on, a couple more pictures. One more picture. I'll just auto hack it, I guess. Use up the last auto hack. That's last auto hack I'm going to use. And now we're on to the anti-personnel bullets. Now, it's very important, obviously, to start.
It is your duty to report the smuggler.
Adam denies you an excuse. Interesting. See, we can iron sights this, but I don't know why you would. So, yeah, you can certainly, like, zoom in here.
You even you only make it hard for both of us.
Where is he? Are we getting a ghost?
You think Ryan's gonna be there for you when you're down and out? No! Fontaine's the man with the helping hand!
So there's the Rapture Metro that we're supposed to, I suppose, go that way.
Made Ryan good mad when I
started playing the charity angle. Fontaine's home for the poor. Before I knew it, I was calling myself Atlas and leading an army. Ryan and his precious raptor. You don't have to build a city to make people worship you. Just make the chumps believe they're worth a nickel.
So I think this is just another area. Now I just used one health thing, and it filled all of my health bars.
People here have got to trust me. Ryan's mistress, and still they take me in, they take me in, they take me in, they take me in. They finally brought me to Atlas. Without him, the people of Palo Square would give up. I asked him if he was going to lead the people organizing against Ryan.
Outside when you get some money, buddy.
I am not a liberator. Liberators do not exist. These people will liberate themselves. I thought Andrew Ryan was a great man. I was a fool.
So Diane McClintock is the mistress of Andrew Ryan. So she really goes from like bad guy to bad guy. There.
Mr. Coswell?
How come these anti-personnel bullets aren't doing more damage?
Only make it!
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible gives me so.
Now I did get a few anti-personnel machine gun bullets, but not as much as I would like. They're looking everywhere. That's not switched to anything. Potato chips. So the three medical experts stacking on top of each other is probably, from at least my gameplay style, the best I can do as far as options. It's like, I think that helps me ensure I stay alive and spend the least amount of effort trying to find more bullets and more first aid kits. Nothing in the toilets. We got that Big Daddy running around. Yeah. So is this gonna be to like a power to the people section? I feel like it should be. Isn't that an auto hack? So, like, if I auto hack this, and then like exploding bucks, I'm wasting auto hacks at this rate. Frag grenades, bandages, all kinds of stuff. Alcohol. But where's the power to the people unit? There isn't one. Okay, so that was just a little bit of napalm in this area. See, this is just a Rosie. Out this this door.
Why have you forsaken me?
They took out my RPG launcher. I guess we'll go over here. Just around corpse. Search.
We have turned away from your light.
There's another wrench. Imagine if you hadn't picked up the wrench until this point in the game. That's it for my ammo there. I guess I'll just have to stick to standard machine gun ammo. Which means the fights will take longer, but I'm not gonna die. I don't think I'm going to, at least. Corpse in the tub. So that's like the third tub in the entire Rapture facility we've seen. Here we go. Feels like you could knock down the sign or something, but you can't. Another violin. Lots of violins. You can see how they came with such hope and then it was just crushed.
I didn't.
And is there anything more? Like, no, I guess not. So that was just a trap that you walked into. Nothing else to it. You've knocked me into the wall, Big Daddy. Sorry to do this to you, but unless you move, I can't get out of the way. Sorry? Now I'm hitting the refill way too early in the health. So from nearly dying, you get almost a full refill. And I can just pay money over here to do that.
Father, why have you forsaken me?
Here's another area that we can't access. There's not like a way to break down that, is there? There's no way to break down that. And we have yet another Big Daddy just appear really quickly. Here's Atlas headquarters. They're barely doing any damage. But I don't feel like my damage research on these guys is killing them enough either. It still feels like it should be like 5 shots with the machine gun at most. And maybe I'm missing like crazy, but I don't know. It just seems like that whole process for a video game player of my skill, which is, I always call myself slightly above average as far as my skill in video games. because I do have quite a lot of experience in playing them. We can get these steel tip bolts and incendiary bolts that they were using as belts. So finally, I believe we have researched everything. Even though we researched it all the way, though, we still don't have that automatic hack ability, which that's kind of a shame, but oh well. So there's a lot going on here that I assume, I guess I have to telekinesis. So we can clearly see this is Atlas headquarters, and they are preparing for war. Frag grenades and everything else. Alright. And here they're mapping out where they're going to attack. So here's the map of the game from in the game. Printing out these Atlas Live posters. And here we go. Power to the people. Shotgun rate of fire. Let's see. Greatly reduces the chance of bolts breaking on impact. Grenade launcher immunity. I assume a shotgun rate of fire is what we need. If we find all of these, maybe we will maybe we'll find them all, maybe we won't. We're kind of late into the game to make me really believe I'm going to get them all. I think I missed a couple.
Never play a man for the short con when you can play him for the long one. Atlas is the longest con of all. Ryan wanted Frank Fontaine dead. I just gave him what he wanted. Wanted. As Atlas, I got a new face, a clean record, and a fresh start. Now, it's time to take back Rapture.
I'll be so pleased.
Oh, Mrs. McClintock, what are you doing here? Let me just turn this off.
So we got another one.
Never play a man for the short
Oh wait, no,
con
actually it's
play him
this
for the
one
long one.
that we were just trying to play.
We went on a raid outside the wire today. We snagged 31 rounds of buckshot, 4 frag grenades, a shotgun, and 34 atoms. We lost McGee, Epstein, and Vallette. We got one of those goddamn big daddies in the bargain, though. There was something awful they had to do to that little girl to get the atom, but we didn't start this thing. Ryan did. I can't wait to tell Atlas. He'll be so pleased.
So this just drops us back to this area. I've already been here. Now, I wish they'd change up the Big Daddies, because the bouncers are kind of harder to run into.
So stuck up she is. I'll show you.
And the Rosies, they kind of switch back and forth between them. It's like chemical thrower, napalm, and I believe this might put us like really far down somewhere.
Don't. Everything will work out. Just you wait.
So I don't think I can actually get through here. I think I have to crunch down here and then jump down this way. Take a little bit of fall damage in the process too.
I'm gonna show you what it's like to look different.
And at about half, yeah, I need to at a quarter health start using these things. And so this one just puts us there, and this other door puts us in the other place. So I think I'm actually done. Yeah, don't touch the barbed wire. That actually does hurt you. So we're done with this area. This was just a little side quest section.
I'm on to you.
Hey!
Now, before we run down here, I'm going to run this way and get some more ammo from the unit station, since I already created it. Is it over here? Is it the unit?
All his commandments.
No, where are you, unit?
Person shall be the...
I'm almost back to maximum
Whenever anyone wants others to
ammo
do their
too.
work, they call upon their out. Never mind.
So, go back to anti-personnel rounds. Automatic hack tool. Make one, and then we'll make another. And see, that gave me 2 extra. That's what I thought. Heat seeking RPG. I thought I might have used those. Electric drill. Guess I have enough of that. How about one of those? Alright, how about one more of those? Nope. And I don't think we need to export that. It's just getting worse and worse. It really is. We only have 30 Adam. We have like everything else we need in abundance now. It's just the Atom. That's the only thing we're short on. playing. Guess I shouldn't say that out loud. I should just look at my recording. So down we go.
You broke the spell! But laying all your chips on Mother Goose, it's not like you never been double-crossed before. You know what I'm saying? Hoof it to Point Prometheus. We'll discuss this like men. You, me, a submarine topside, and more at him than you can possibly imagine.
So, he's offering us escape. See, I think I'm leaving this area. I left all that stuff from the UN vent. I'm just gonna leave it.
Company!
That's gonna be very weird if we leave all of just everything there. But I guess that's the case. Look, here we are at the bathysphere, leaving this area. This area really told a story, probably a lot better than the other areas that tried to tell a story, I would say. Because now we kind of know how the average person lived, and we'll see what this director's commentary has to say.
Iconic and haunting, the Big Daddy and Little Sisters of BioShock immediately captivated the public's imagination. Big Daddy encounters defined the BioShock experience, creating new mechanics and techniques that had not been seen before.
I kind of wish it was just infinite. You could always fight them, you could always get at them. But then I would have unlocked everything at this point, and I would have been happier about it. So I guess, yeah, I really do wish it was infinite. We really don't need intros to this stuff. Not in game.
So Big Daddy, Little Sister, such an iconic moment or series of moments in this game. I'm fascinated about how that got layered in, because we talked a lot about the setting and the tone. That is still, to me, you know, a mechanic that I remember was very unique about, you know, choosing to engage the Big Daddy and being a fight that you know is going to be very aggressive and different than a, you know, traditional boss fight. I know you had an idea, Ken, of sort of 3 different types of AIs interacting in the same world.
Yeah, we were sort of like I was trying to think of like AIs you hadn't seen before, and this is still pretty early. Like 10 years ago, a lot's changed in 10 years. So like AIs were still pretty much enemies who saw you and came after you.
Zigzag, shoot.
Yep, and that was really the focus, is how you make them, you know, use AI better at you, you know. So I started thinking about, are there more primal behaviors to think about? And I was watching a nature show one day, you know, these typical nature shows, and it's like observe the mother tiger taking care of her young, you know, one of those kind of things. And I realized that we don't even need a narrator on those shows. We understand certain behaviors just by looking at them. They're very primal, like somebody protecting their young, the predator-prey behavior. Those things were very, you don't need dialogue for that. And AIs at that point, we didn't have the ability to do a lot of sort of, you know, smart AI. Yeah. So I said, well, what if their behaviors are just very primal, and we can model those behaviors? So aggro rules is something we knew we can model, right? You know, how does an AI aggro on you? What are the rules for that? Could they make a aggression display rather than just attack? And can another character appear afraid and hide behind the skirts of another character? And we started talking about these things, and the Big Daddy became very quickly, the actual form of the Big Daddy became very quickly as sort of this protector creature. The Little Sister took a lot longer, ironically, even though it's a much simpler notion in a lot of ways. The initial idea came out of sort of watching a nature show, and we're trying to work within our constraints of making, we couldn't make super complex AIs.
Now, we actually never saw a Big Daddy attack like that since then. We've never seen him grab me or any other splicer with their non-drill hand and throw you around.
When we first got the system up and running, this is before the play test, we weren't really thinking about player facing these things. And we had this entire system set up that completely simulated what would happen. And you'd play through the vertical slice and you walk into a room and everybody's dead because the system would work perfectly. And you weren't there to see the fight. Yeah.
And we track all they weren't called Little Sisters at the time, but we track how much they were harvesting, and it was all like a Command and Conquer level simulation.
Yeah.
And players didn't care or notice.
Yep.
And so we just abandoned all that stuff.
Yeah, so that took us a step towards, how do we present this to the player, then how do we make the gatherers.
Would be an interesting thing if you killed more splicers, didn't let the Little Sisters actually harvest them for more Adam.
Because at the time they were just slugs.
Right.
So which is a
That's
horrible
right,
design.
Originally were slugs, right?
Yeah.
Not actually.
Which is a horrible design in so many ways because you don't care about slugs, and they're also on the ground, so you don't see them. They're not like at eye level, and they're dark. So.
But you still have the trailer had like the same, or not the trailer, the demo. Or prototype we did, so had the Big Daddy sort of like interacting with the little slug.
And slugs crawl around the Big Daddy? Or
no, it's this awful little mesh.
Right. Yeah.
It's like a little beetle, sort of.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Yeah,
and they were protecting.
And they had
protecting the beetles.
The beetles? What?
And
the Big Daddies had 2 drills. They didn't have a hand, so they could. There's no way they could like.
It's just fascinating me because like the Little Sister, it's like there's such humanity in it, which you really connect with.
Which seems like
you would think that would be the obvious thing.
Yeah.
We're not very smart.
The idea of sort of choosing to engage the Big Daddy. I mean, when I was first time I played the game, I mean that was always profound because you sort of sit there and like, am I ready for this? And your choice to sort of like the kind of opposite of stealth, like when you want to be discovered. Was that always the mechanic?
The ironic thing here.
Yeah,
is that even if
the idea was that they would have very particular rules.
I am running low on bullets, and my bullets aren't working very well, which I haven't for hours now.
Towards the
I still am never in a situation where I am so short on bullets where I can't take on the Big Daddy because I've got like extra rockets and shotgun shells and chemicals to throw at it that I just never use. I guess maybe if I wasn't so obsessive about picking up stuff, you could run into a problem. But it seems highly unlikely any real player would be able to get into that scenario where you just had 0 bullets on any gun.
You see the Big Daddy come in protector.
Would have to take on the Big Daddy with just a
4 or 5 sequences we had to do to set the stage for these characters. And look, we were hoping they'd be iconic and people would respond to the way they did, because we certainly spent energy on them with the expectation that they'd have an impact that we really just as easily could have turned out that nobody cared.
I think the actual very first time, and not a lot of people see it, there's a Little Sister in the vent in Kashmir restaurant. That if you're looking in the right direction at the right time, you'll see her looking at you, and then she'll disappear into the vent.
It's the eyes.
No, it's the actual mesh.
Is it the mesh?
Because it was easier to do that
right.
than the eyes, but yeah.
No, 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 no. Thank you.
The path of the righteous is not always easy.
The thing as you play through the game, I think the moments with those sort of encounters certainly stand out to the player. For you guys, as you were developing it, was there a debate about how often to sort of have those encounters? Like, like how many Big Daddies would there be? How would that play out? I mean, was that something that sort of changed?
I wish they would stop spawning as fast as they do.
I think it was 3 per level.
So 3 and 2 in smaller levels. We did have a 3rd Big Daddy that was mostly finished, but we couldn't make it fun. Like that last 10% of an AI is always like, where's the fun? Like, how do you really make it fun?
I think they put it into BioShock 2, didn't they?
They might have, yeah.
They might have, I don't know.
But, it was fully rigged, fully animated, but we just didn't have the
That's the ridiculousness of the BioShock collection is I bet there's no developer commentary or anything really that special about the BioShock 2
marketing campaign. And that really, I think, sold the tension of that battle. When you showed that,
looking at these old graphics,
like that, or was that really more of just like a vertical slice of what you wanted the game to
It does look like a 10-year-old game, but
we wanted to feel like
these
the
aren't
Big Daddy
the final product.
Had a lot of problems at that point. But we were confident we could do that.
That's
like,
interesting.
We wanted to make sure that was an experience.
I didn't realize you could move
and
fire
it was like
around
it
like
functioned,
that.
but it would do really weird things. Like it had this tendency at the time to, if you did the wrong thing, that it would turn into basically a super ball and start like a tiny little super ball. The Big Daddy would go, turn to a super ball and start bouncing off the ceiling and walls like a million miles an hour. Do you remember why you did that or what was going on?
I'm sure it was some physics bug that we were, yeah.
And so that actually happened. Sometimes we were doing the demo, and Joe Falstick, who was the guy running the demo with me in Barcelona, was very good at making sure that he turned away from the Big Daddy. Like, oh yeah, I guess we killed the Big Daddy. He must be dying over there. But so all things were functional, but they weren't really. They didn't have all their bells and whistles on yet. It was really good for us because it sort of gave us some confidence that people would respond to just the notion of watching Little Sister and biding your time and choosing your moment.
Well, it gave us confidence, but also gave us a tool that the development team as a whole could gather around and say, we want to make it like this. Like, yes, a lot of elements in that demo were scripted, but they provided a framework for us to go back and how do we make that so it's not scripted? How do we make this robust enough so that the player can actually use these systems?
Yep.
So it was something that we could point to and say, all right, how are we going to do this? Like, let's break it
It's
down
also
and
interesting you
let's
can't
figure
like
it out.
shoot
that was like in
through
September,
their
and actually the game was done.
goggle
The
glasses.
game was done in
and
February, March, so we weren't that far off.
do more
We were
damage.
a
I don't
lot
think a
went into
headshot
it
versus
in
a body
those
shot
final months.
is much difference
But
damage
it was a big
of any
confidence boost for us
damage.
because we thought it was the most important thing about the game, besides the world, was this sort of Big Daddy, Little Sister concept. And if people didn't care about it, it would have been a problem for us because we spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah, that's certainly true. It doesn't super integrate well into the game, and it's almost a little strange that it's not returned in BioShock Infinite, because the Big Daddy and Little Sister element they're just things here that are here because they created them. They're not things that actually make any real sense when you think about Andrew Ryan and his mentality, or Frank Fontaine and his mentality. None of them would have really been able to or even wanted to create that system of the Little Sisters and Adam. So it's kind of just shoved in, and it could have just as easily been shoved into BioShock Infinite, and it kind of isn't. There's similar things, but that's it. Now, at the risk of crashing the game, we'll go to the next level. We're going to Point Prometheus and see, I believe there was nothing in the dot above, and there may be something in the dot below, but we're getting really close to the end of the game, I think. And it's loading good. So, we've loaded, we've seen the director's commentary, we saved the Little Sisters. There's probably only 3 or 4 more Little Sisters left. Now, the weird thing is there may be a lot more game to this, and I'm just misremembering. Because there's stuff I'm thinking about that I'm saying, I think that's actually from the sequel.
You looking to slug it out? I'm game. But I got all the Adam in the city, pal, and I ain't shy about you. Now, I'm Jake to take her out for a spin.
What is this you wait for? Go and get this idiot!
So, that's where we're gonna end this recording, chasing after either Fontaine right there or a splicer, I'm not sure. We see in this next area there's 1 more director's commentary and 3 more Little Sisters, and then that's probably gonna be it, I think, unless there's a whole nother sequence, which there might be. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.